that's here today about this Drummond report, should they be worried? How should they educate themselves about it?
Well, I think people, first of all, should take the time to go online and read the Drummond report. If the government was to do what's being proposed in the Drummond report, there'd be pretty severe differences in services that people see here in northeastern Ontario. For example, one of the things they talk about is the reduction of the number of beds in the hospital system. Well, that means to say small town Ontario would find places where hospitals would no longer exist or would be completely different when it comes to services. Things like prescription drugs for seniors. A lot of people in our communities are seniors that are dependent on medication for their lifestyle to be able to function every day. And one of the recommendations in that particular report is to find a way of curbing the cost when it comes to seniors' drugs. But that buzzword essentially means to say that people would have to do without drugs. So I think this is a pretty dire document. I think it's a document that is really trying to scare people and saying, here are the kind of things that I think needs to be done as an economist. And I think you need to remember, this guy's an economist. He's not a politician. He's only one voice in Ontario out of many, many voices. And I think what the government now has to do is to stand back and say, okay, that was interesting. But to find some way of being able to balance the books by 2017, and I think that's possible if the government decides to work with and engage with the public of Ontario, work with the opposition parties and others, because there are some decisions that could be made about how we can deliver services more efficiently that'll save us money. And there are things that we can do on the revenue side without raising a lot of taxes that would allow us to balance that budget by 2017. So take the Drummond report for what it is. It's really an exercise on the part of the Liberal government to say, here's how bad it can be. So when they come in and do whatever they're going to do in the budget, it'll look pretty moderate compared to what was in the Drummond report.